So in this video, we're going to talk about why your training isn't stimulating your metabolism. Now guys, why is that important? Because that is the objective, or at least what it's supposed to be the objective of training. See, people think that when they do a workout, they're burning calories. That's not necessarily the case, guys. And to be honest, training is simply a stimulus, okay? This is why training often is necessary, because you want to continue to stimulate the body and to basically give it all the information, all the data that it needs, so that way it can fulfill the demand that you want from it, which is to increase your enhance your physique and to improve your health. That's why we train. Okay, now when it comes to your physical body composition, building muscle, burning fat, that's all predicated on your body building muscle. Okay, why? Because for starters, in order to burn fat, your body needs to replace that fat with something, and that's muscle. And also, when you have muscle, that's what actually stimulates that metabolism. Okay, there's a reason why people who typically have a lot of muscle can get away with eating whatever they want. Not saying that's not saying that's what you should be doing, but just to state the obvious reality, people who have more muscle mass typically have more longevity, have more overall strength, have more functionality, and they have less issues. It's because their bodies are stronger. Okay, so this is why I'm such a big proponent, just like in my lying strong trees and training systems, I'm such a big proponent in doing things where there's a resistance component. And leads me to my next subject. You have to be doing stuff that's stimulating the metabolism. You're picking your compound movements, your functional movements. When I say functional, meaning your squats, your lunges, your squat to press, your man makers, your reverse lunges, step ups, all these things stimulate the body. The more often you do them, the more you're sending those signals to the body where you want it to be, and the likelihood and the higher chances that it's going to fulfill that. Now, there's rooms for the glute kickbacks and for the bicep curls, tricep extensions, okay, but those are just icing on the cake. Those are things you want to do and throw in there once you've completed the main stuff, okay? And I think people oftentimes find themselves doing the things that net less of the benefits, and they do less of the things that actually is best for you. That's why, guys, I think another reason why it's important to get into a good system, a good program where it's all structured, there's no guesswork, and you're doing things to where you're focusing on your meat and potatoes, your bread and butter, and then to throw in all the fancy stuff, we got that too. But I think it's important to understand that the metabolism is predicated on doing the right things. More information, check out the Lion Stream Feed